Little Bear's Bedtime. Once upon a time, in a deep forest, there lived a little bear named Coco. Coco was full of energy and loved playing with his friends. Every day, he would run around the woods, discovering colorful flowers and adorable insects. But when night fell, Coco always felt a little uneasy. One evening, Coco said to his mother, "Mama, I can't sleep when it gets dark. I feel scared being all alone in the forest at night." Mama Bear smiled warmly and replied, "Don't worry, Coco. The night might seem scary, but there are so many wonderful things about it, too." Coco looked up at her nervously. "What wonderful things?" Mama Bear tucked Coco into bed and pointed outside. "First, look up at the night sky. The stars are watching over us." Coco peered out the window and saw countless stars twinkling above, some big, some small, each one shining like a tiny smile just for him. "They're so pretty. Do the stars really keep us safe?" Coco asked, feeling a little calmer. "Yes, Coco," Mama Bear said. "The stars guard us from above, and the moon joins them too. Sometimes the moon sends us its gentle light." Coco looked up again and saw a big round moon peeking through the clouds. Its soft glow made his heart feel warm. "Mama, the moonlight is so Coco whispered. Mama Bear continued, "And if you listen carefully, the night forest has its own quiet music. The whisper of the wind, the distant trickle of the river, and the tiny voices of the insects." Coco held his breath and listened. The wind rustled the leaves, the river hummed far away, and little bugs chirped softly. "It's so peaceful. I never knew the night could be this lovely," Coco murmured. Mama Bear smiled. "That's why you don't have to be afraid. The forest is always with us, full of friends who watch over us. The stars, the moon, the wind, the river, and even the little bugs." Coco's heart felt lighter. "Mama, can I stay up just a little longer?" "Of course, Coco," Mama Bear said. "We can talk or just watch the stars together." After a while, Coco asked, "Will you tell me more about the stars?" So Mama Bear began a story. "See those bright stars? They form a shape called the Big Dipper. It's a bear just like us." Coco's eyes widened. "It really does look like a bear. That's amazing." Mama Bear chuckled. "And all those little stars, each one has its own story to tell. If you listen closely, they might whisper their secrets to you at night." As Coco imagined the stars' tales, his eyelids grew heavy. Mama Bear stroked his fur gently, and before he knew it, he drifted into a deep, peaceful sleep. That night, Coco dreamed of dancing among the stars. The moon smiled, the wind sang, and the forest hummed a lullaby. He laughed with his animal friends under the silver glow, realizing the night wasn't scary at all. It was magical. When morning came, sunlight tickled Coco awake. "Good morning, Coco," Mama Bear said. Coco grinned. "Mama, the night is beautiful. Tell me more stories tonight." And from that day on, Coco never feared the dark again. He knew the stars, the moon, and the whole forest were his friends, keeping him safe as he dreamed. So the little bear closed his eyes each night, wrapped in moonlight and love, and slept soundly until dawn. The end.
The Swing Under the Starry Sky. quiet village lived a little boy named Rio. Rio loved gazing at the stars, and every night he would climb the small hill behind his house to look at the twinkling night sky. He especially loved the moment when a shooting star streaked across the heavens, and he always looked forward to making a wish. One evening, Rio headed to the hill earlier than usual. The sky was clear, and countless stars shimmered brightly. When he reached the top, he looked up at the stars and let his heart settle. Then, something caught his eye. An old swing standing on the hill, swaying gently in the wind with a soft creaking sound. Curious, Rio approached the swing. I wondered who used this swing, he thought as he sat down on it. Suddenly, the swing lifted softly into the air, startling him. Nervously, he began to pump his legs, and the swing rose higher and higher, soon soaring beyond the hill and into the sky. Rio felt the wind rush past him as he glided between the stars. Is this a dream? He wondered, but the breathtaking starry sky before him felt undeniably real. The swing danced among the stars, and Rio became friends with many of them. One star spoke to him. Hello, Rio. I'm Sirius. I'm so happy you found me. Surprised but delighted, Rio replied, Hello, Sirius. You're so bright. Sirius smiled warmly. We stars can hear your wishes. What do you wish for? Rio thought for a moment before answering. I wish for a world where everyone is happy and smiling. Hearing this, Sirius called upon the other stars to help make Rio's wish come true. The stars agreed, glowing brightly as they swirled around him. Watching them, Rio felt warmth fill his heart. After a while, the swing began to descend back to Earth. Though reluctant to leave, Rio prepared to return. When the swing landed on the hill, he waved gratefully to Sirius. Thank you, Sirius. I'm so glad I met you and the other stars. That night, Rio fell into a peaceful sleep, dreaming of his adventure on the starry swing. In his dreams, he played with the stars again and imagined himself working hard to make his wish come true. The next morning, Rio woke up and thought about what had happened. He decided to take small steps to fulfill his wish, playing with the neighborhood children, helping those in need, and doing whatever he could to bring happiness to those around him. The memory of his adventure on the starry swing stayed alive in Rio's heart. Every time he looked up at the night sky, he believed Sirius and the other stars were watching over him. When the sky filled with stars again, Rio climbed the hill, dreaming of riding the swing once more. The bond between him and the stars had taken deep root in his heart. And no matter what, he knew the swing under the starry sky would always be there, giving him courage. That night, too, Rio played with the stars in his dreams, continuing to paint a world of happiness. Little by little, his wish came true, and the people in his village began to live with more smiles. Rio's adventure had begun on that one magical night when he rode the swing under the stars. And in his heart, the stars would shine forever. The end.
The little robot who collected dreams. Once upon a time, high above the clouds, there was a tiny star called Eumerium. On this star lived gentle little robots called dream collectors. Every night, they floated down to Earth to gather the dreams of sleeping people. Among them was a small brand new robot named Miru. Miru had never gone dream collecting alone before, but tonight, for the very first time, it was his turn. Don't be scared, said his older friend, a robot named Toto. Dreams are soft and warm and very fragile. You have to hold them gently. Miru took a deep breath and soared quietly through the stars until he reached a peaceful town on Earth. He floated above the rooftops where children slept soundly in their beds. He landed gently on one house and peeked into the first dream. It was a sad one. A little girl was lost in a dark forest. She was crying, calling out for someone to find her, but no one came. Miru moved in close and used his soft, dream-catching hands to scoop the dream gently into his heart. It's okay now. You're not lost anymore. Suddenly, the dream began to glow. The girl smiled, and her mother appeared, wrapping her in a warm hug. The next dream was a strange and funny one. A boy was flying through space on a giant pancake. He zoomed past chocolate planets, bounced on marshmallow clouds, and took a shower under a rainbow waterfall. Miru giggled quietly. I didn't know dreams could taste this sweet. He tucked the silly dream into his chest, feeling warm and happy. Just as he was about to head home, Miru noticed a house with a child who was still awake. The child was crying softly, all alone in the dark. There were no dreams in the room, not even a small one. Miru tilted his head. Why doesn't this child have a dream? He opened his chest, took one of the dreams he had collected, and gently placed it under the child's pillow. The child slowly stopped crying and finally began to smile in their sleep. Miru's heart felt lighter, but somehow even warmer. Back on Umarium, Miru entered the Hall of Dream Drops, where all the dreams were stored. He released his glowing dreams, watching them float and sparkle through the air before gently disappearing. An elder robot named Sero nodded with a smile. Well done, Miru. You didn't just collect dreams. You shared one too. Miru looked down shyly, then gave a proud little nod. From that night on, Miru visited Earth every evening. He collected joyful dreams. He gathered curious dreams. He comforted children with gentle, glowing dreams. Because every dream, happy or sad, sweet or strange, is a part of someone's heart. And so, Miru, the little robot, continues to float quietly through the night, gathering dreams with care and sharing them where they're needed most. Good night. May your dreams be kind and full of light.
The mermaid's saltwater secret long ago, at the bottom of a vast ocean, there lay a kingdom filled with colorful corals and beautiful fish. In this kingdom lived mermaids with special powers. They shared a deep bond with the creatures of the sea, spending peaceful days surrounded by the sound of waves and the scent of the tide. Among them, the most beautiful mermaid was named Lily. Lily had long blue hair and shimmering scales, and her heart was as kind as her ever-present smile. But she held a secret, a mysterious saltwater spring hidden deep in the ocean. This spring held a special magic, granting peace and dreams to those who visited it. Lily guarded this secret closely, never telling a soul. One day, while playing with her little fish friends, a terrible storm suddenly raged above the sea. Thunder roared, waves surged violently, and chaos spread beneath the surface. Desperate to help her friends, Lily rushed to the spring, believing its waters could calm the storm. When she reached the spring, Lily scooped up the water in her hands and prayed with all her heart, "Please calm the storm." The water glowed like moonlight, and a soothing ripple of waves echoed around her. As she poured the spring's water into the sea, something miraculous happened. The raging wind softened, and the waves gradually stilled. In that moment, Lily realized the true magic of the spring. After the storm passed, she gathered her fish friends and vowed to protect their underwater kingdom together. She shared the secret of the spring, deciding that its power should be used to make life better for all sea creatures. As time passed, word of Lily's saltwater secret spread among the mermaids, and the spring became a sanctuary where fish and sea creatures gathered to sing, dance, and share joyful moments. Lily learned that by sharing her secret, she gained even more friends and brought happiness to everyone. One night, under the glow of a full moon, the spring sparkled like a jewel on the ocean floor. Gazing at the breathtaking sight with her friends, Lily felt deep gratitude in her heart. As long as this spring exists, we'll always be together, she thought. From then on, Lily and her friends gathered by the spring every evening, sharing wondrous tales as if journeying through dreams. They relived their underwater adventures, celebrated the bonds of friendship, and most of all, gave thanks for the miracles brought by Lily's saltwater spring. The end.